What do we have here? What do we have here? This is a little different. I don't believe anyone's doing this in Modern, but that makes sense because why would they? I'm the prison master. So what do we have in front of us? What are we naming this? I don't actually have a name. So we'll call it Book Prison. White Book Prison if you want. We've got some things in here. I'm letting you all soak it in. This list does a little bit too much, and that's where lists begin. It's cool to have Vesperlark called out here because Vesperlark was a journey where we had gifts and we had 4 reanimation spells, then 6, then 8, then Iona and Painter, and then Revelark, Body Double, Flip It Around, and suddenly we were footstepsing our ways to double Stone Rains. This list, let's just say the very first card I put in this list was the Book of the Exalted Deeds. And from there, I added Karn because you want to fetch Book occasionally. And obviously we needed things like Mutavault. And from there, it spawned this. We have White Book Prison here in Modern. What are we trying to do and why do we have this list in front of us? Well, we attempted to make a White Prison list a while ago. It basically splashed blue, and this one might have to splash blue, but the reason it splashed blue was for Little Teferi, for Spell Queller, and that was about it. I think there was 1 or 2 little reactive kind of counter type of spells, but generally it was a White Prison list looking similar to this, and it was trying to do similar things that we're trying to do. So what are we doing here? Well, what we're doing here is we have the Book of the Exalted Deed, and the main primary goal here is to play this, stick it on a Mutavault, probably get a Pithy Needle off of an Urza Saga, naming Ghost Quarter or Field of Ruin, and sit there with a Mutavault and the You Can't Lose the Game token on the Mutavault. The Enlightened counter, if you will. At that point, we should have locked the game out pretty drastically, and hopefully our opponent will then concede out of frustration. Now, we got to get to that point. We got to get to that lock piece. Keep in mind that when we play Red Prison, we try to do things like Bridge. I don't have Blood Moon here, but Blood Moon, and we try to do Chalice. In this case, we're trying to do perhaps Bridge, slow people down with Ghostly Prisons, maybe some Leyline of Sanctities to protect the hand, and eventually get Book out. Now, if we can get Book out with the Mutavault, we're probably in good shape. Backup lock, though, is going to be Drannith Magistrate and Knowledge Pool. A lot of this revolves around Karn the Great Creator. However, it's not exclusive to Karn since we have 2 books in the main deck. Solitude makes an appearance here as the white card, helping us either get close to Bridge or just getting rid of some pesky things like that. Like I said, Leyline protects us from being maybe burned out, Thoughtseize to death, or other effects as such. And really at that point, just in case everything else gets blown up, we are sporting Urza's Saga here for a few toolbox options that we can bring in, but also as a way to help find 1, Mutavault, or 2, be a win condition of its own. Now, I don't believe the Mishra's Bauble and the Luris belong in here, so you could make an argument that we have 6 cards here that are questionable at best. You could also make an argument, do we really need the Wrath of Gods, or should we be doing something like Gideon, maybe not as many Drannith Magistrates and stuff like that. And if you're thinking those things, you're in the right spot. We are going to be playing this list. We're going to see how it does in a league. We are expecting a 0-5. Uncle DB has blessed us with the possibility of a 3-2. Do we have any initial suggestions, ideas from chat? No portable holes. Nope. Not a fan of reading? I'm sorry, Grayus. So Portable Hole is kind of an interesting one here. When it enters the battlefield, exile a target non-land permanent and opponent controls mana value 2 or less until this leaves. It's kind of like an On Thin Ice, and I would probably play On Thin Ice more than Portable Hole. My issue with Portable Hole is it's only going to be good maybe game 1. After that, opponent's going to obviously bring in a lot of artifact removal. Makes me a little bit nervous. I don't think this is well positioned in the meta anyway. 4-1. No one's ready for this? That's right. I think what's really interesting with the list is I think Urza Saga could be abused just slightly more. I've added an extra expedition map after testing. This was to help us find more of our Mutavaults and Faceless Havens. Some of you might be also going, what the heck is Inkmoth doing here? Inkmoth is simply here as just a win condition against infinite life. I can go fetch it, and it works pretty nicely around bridge if my opponent's not playing too much that can affect it. We have the welding jar that can protect Inkmoth too. A couple weird things there. Don't worry too much about it. It'll probably be one of the first lands to be cut. Chalice Mane? Nope, we're not going to do Chalice Mane. Not in this list. That being said, Bauble Luris package may switch. We might then bring 4 Chalices in, open up 2 Luris spots, maybe 1 Draenus, so we might have 3 spots, plus potentially an Inkmoth Nexus, 4 slots, and something in the sideboard will open up as well. Could be a thing. Think about it. Keep it in the back of your mind. Elesh Norn for late game. Our late game means we locked him out. It would be interesting to maybe have a couple different angels to potentially put the book's Enlightened counter on. I don't know if that's going to come up. We'll see though. Maybe we want Sarah Avenger and we want Restoration Angel or something like that. Who knows? Iona is a little expensive for this list. Iona is a little expensive. I have tickets. It's a good sign. I feel like gifts on burial package. You just want a different list. Needs more boat. Boat might belong in here as a 15th unused card. We would never fetch boat. That is an illegal fetch with Karn and Fluffy Wolf. Actually written into the rules of Magic. What do you usually spend IRL money on? Ticks to do leagues. Would I spend IRL money on, you know, like food, groceries, bills, gas, electric, lawn mower maintenance. Occasionally magic cards. Stream equipment. Ah, so you're infinite? Infinite is a weird phrase. Infinite implies that it would go on for forever. Will Magic Online be here for forever? Who knows? I mean, I can spend money on tickets to do leagues if I wanted to. Drafts. Buying product. Soap. Would I spend IRL money on a boat? We sort of did. We have a paddle board. It's like a flat boat. So I own a flat boat. You know, that kind of counts, right? So yes, I would spend money on a boat. I probably would spend money on a fan right now. It's always warm in the summer. It's warm. Let me take that back. It's totally fine, except for light A, light B, light C, monitor, computer, and just everything needed. A lot of energy. But yeah, sure, I'll buy a boat. What about a boat ticket? Go on a boat. Go to a lake or an ocean or a river. Oh no. I'm playing Connor Man? Is this Connor Man Hammer Man? That doesn't look right. Doesn't he have... Isn't it just one word? Or is this Connor Man Hammer Man? I'm looking to play MTG. I was curious to what I'm looking at to spend on tickets to jam leagues back to back. 10... What is it? $10? All right, let's play first. Well, I don't hate it. Skyclave's kind of cool. If it is hammer, Leyline just gets out of hand so that I can get the bridge down. I guess we'll keep this. Oh, I'm assuming this is hammer, man. Leyline. Let's not go too crazy. I could put Faceless Haven down. Heads would spin here. Let's just tone it back a little bit. If I need a blocker, I'll put Ink Moth down. This is gonna be an Stomping Ground. Dragon. Oh, I almost F6 through my turn. There we go. D20, what's up? 22 months. You're nearly at 2 years. How's it going? How is it going? Look at these emotes. Look at that. What is Bampog? I kind of like the bandit one. The Bampog is a little scary. I didn't really want to draw another ley line, but let's go another planes here past the turn. We're going to be good. Promise. I guess if you run out of tickets for a league, you jam the 1v1 queues to get to 100 play points. You do not get play points for jamming 1v1 queues. Well, you can play the 1v1 queue that you pay play points or tickets into. That's the only way you get things back. You can play in the tournament practice room, though. There's Ragavan dashing in like they do. Uh-oh, what are they going to find? Finds a Nykthos. Miss. Miss. All right, as a typical millennial, as portrayed by the media and several boomer comics, I must ask, what is a book? What's the book? What's the book? All right. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to get rid of Dragon Rage here. It's just Skyclave Apparition. Bridge isn't ready yet. Put the Mutavault down. Skyclave this away. Get it out of here. Block Ragavan. Seems all right. Book is, you have your magic cards, and it's like putting a bunch of those together. And you staple them together. That's a book. That's a book. Reading Rainbow. Oh my gosh. I love that. Reading Rainbow. All right, we have Urza Saga. We have this like red-green list with Ragavan and Unholy Heats and Dragon Rages. So we're doing something interesting. Being in the red-green category, this makes me nervous that Bridge isn't really going to be the most potent thing to be doing here. Let's see here. Soul Guide Lantern. We could play Bridge, Lantern. I could also just play a Leyline of Sanctity again, kind of clearing my hand out here. Stabling magic card. Maybe I'll do that someday. Stable some magic cards together. Look, I made a book. I think it's okay to play Ink Moth here and go ahead and just play New Leyline to empty hand more. I'm not going to attack with Skyclave. We know they have Ragavan. They're probably going to make a 2-2-3-3, maybe 4-4. Which then I can play Faceless, Soul Guide, and Bridge here and kind of be out of cards. I have had Duck like twice. I just haven't had Duck in a long time. But I like Ducks as friends too. All right, so we made a 3-3. I guess they get Pithy Needle to name one of these, which is fine because this is why I added Faceless Haven. So I have just a dozen like dozen creature lands here, so that we're just good to go. When we get the book, it's gonna be a little bit odd. Oh, Springleaf Drum. Okay, it's a little unexpected. White mana. Reconsiders white mana. Is this like Hammer Time with like other colors? 4-color Hammer Time? I'm confused. Stomping Ground. Shocks in. My opponent's at 12. Double red. Ragavan. Red, bolt this. Swing in for 5. Sweet. They get a 1/1. All right. Looking good. I take 5. Ley lines are probably keeping us alive here. There's a Mishra's Bauble. They'll probably take that. It's a free draw. I almost don't want that. It would have allowed me to get empty-handed, but you know. All right, they see the top card here, and we pick up a bridge. Obviously, I'm Fluffy Wolf. Let's go ahead and play a bridge here, and I'll probably go ahead and put down this Soul Guide Lantern. Oh, it's Connor's latest brew. So it's Brew v. Brew. Now, keep in mind, I mentioned Lurrus and everything. We don't have Lurrus. Lurrus doesn't exist except in the deck. It's not a companion. We have too many ley lines and Karns and things like that. I don't know if I draw with this Soul Guide Lantern either. We have a bridge that I want to get down here. I'm probably going to get that down and just not worry about the draw with the Soul Guide Lantern. We're going to get hit for 1, maybe 2-ish damage. Having the extra bridge here feels pretty good as well. Looking for maybe Wrath of God. We could do a Karn here. Book. Funny enough, I don't actually have enough white mana to activate Book. It's a little unusual. Double red here. And concedes. Mission accomplished. Opponent concedes out of frustration and inability to attack and kill us. We did it. I have 3 different creature lands. You are correct. And you could argue Urza's Saga makes creatures, so that's a 4th one. All right, so we don't know much about what my opponent's doing, other than they do have their own Urza's Saga. Why Inkmoth? To defeat infinite life. Isn't that why you run Inkmoth? All right, we don't know too much. My opponent has some enchantments. We had Teamer colors, so we got some blue floating over there. Probably not Last God, but it was just a thought. It probably will turn into the, I don't know. Maybe just another Faceless Haven or something. All right. My opponent does go for the graveyard, some in the Teamer colors. We have Unholy Heats, we have Mishra's Bauble. I'm almost feeling like the Welding, just like these 3 are probably okay. Sanctifier, they have some decent amount of red cards. The Archon might be worth it as well. I mean, we have Solitude here. Drannith Magistrate's probably not doing as much other than a decent blocker at the beginning of the game. But we could take probably 2 of these out. Bring in these 2. I kind of want the Archon for some reason, but the Archon's just going to get shot. I probably convert the Drannith into the Sanctifiers here. Drannith Magistrate's kind of interesting. Maybe I'm supposed to keep 2 of these. Not worry about as many of the maps here. Take 1 map out, 1 bauble. Could be reasonable. Let's try it. Yeah, Sanctifier's pretty nice here. Looks like it'll stop some pesky Ragavans and things like that. All right, opening hand here. A little bit sketchy, but the Urza's Saga could go get something juicy for us. The Ghostly Prison slows my opponent down from attacking. No Leyline, though. No Leyline. Do we want to look for a Leyline? It's tempting because even though I have a bunch of lands here, I don't have double white. Drannith is part of our lock combo. I kind of want to mulligan this away. The Ghostly Prison's curious to keep and could slow my opponent down, but the Singleton's Snow-Covered Plains makes me worried. My opponent is Burn, so having a Leyline wouldn't be bad. This hand's a little bit better. We have the Mishra's Bauble. The Nykthos is interesting here. Got the Solitude as well. Let's get rid of Drannith here. I'm going to be using Soul Guide plus Mishra's Bauble to draw out of what we've got going on here. And we have Solitude that we can pitch the Wrath of God, or I'll probably find something else. Yeah, knowledge pool. We're gonna do it. Gonna try at least. Knowledge pool lock is in the list. We won't know how long that one stays in there. Mishra's Bauble here. My opponent's playing Ragavan. We might be picking that off pretty soon. Let's do Mishra's Bauble here. Okay. Play our own Bauble. Play our own Soul Guide Lantern as well. Get rid of their Bauble and take a peek at what they're drawing. New Ragavan. New Ragavan's kind of annoying. There's Karn. Okay. I'm really tempted to just kill this. And it's a little awkward to get rid of a Wrath of God to do this, but we know they picked up another one. I'm really just trying to stop them from ramping. Maybe they missed a land drop, so they gotta just replay Ragavan here. Then I'll get my draw out of my land. Probably my Nykthos first. Oh, they do shock in. Plays new Ragavan, leaves some mana open. All right. Little dragon, a little Ragavan. Sounds good, opponent. It's a new Solitude. Let's draw a card. Laris, huh? Wonder how much I value Laris here. I've got a fairly decent graveyard. I could Solitude the Ragavan away, though. Expressive Iteration. I kind of want to just get rid of Ragavan again here. We'll see if they find a land drop. Plays Bauble. Gets rid of an Urza's Saga that was on the top of the library. Okay. Cracks this. Fetch land. Now the question is, do I want to kill the 3/3? Let's go ahead and kill the 3/3. I know they get a treasure here, but the Ragavan is easier to kill. I got some selection from my opponent, and I probably should have killed earlier if I thought that's what I wanted to do, but I wasn't certain. I wasn't certain here. All right, so that's their Bauble, I believe. We'll take our draw. Book. Play our own Urza's Saga here and just pass the turn. We are struggling with getting enough white pips, so that's something we need to note down here. We can go get an expedition map to help fix some of our mana. But yeah, we're struggling a little bit with the white pips. I was thinking the Nykthos and Ley Lines would help us fix some of that, filtering out like Urza's Saga to do things, but it doesn't seem to be the case, unfortunately. All right, more treasures. My opponent finds a Ley Line of Sanctity. I'm actually kind of glad that the Ragavan hit us. I don't want to be drawing that. They could jam the Ley Line if they want. I don't think they will. New Mishra's Bauble. Tarmogoyf. Now I'm kind of wondering if I should have a Rest in Peace. Wooded Foothills. Fetches. Or sorry, not Fetches, Mishra's Bauble. This deck does not have a Springleaf Drum. Maybe a consideration. Need a land here. We do hit a land. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play Karn down here, and I'm going to go get my bridge. There we go. Bridge in hand. be a fetchable white source. It's a fetchable white source if I have a creature. As you can see, I wanted to play on 4. This is going to go get probably Welding Jar. I believe I brought that in to protect Bridge here. 2 damage at me, 5 at Karn. Karn dead. Ragavan trigger, extra treasure, finds a... Oh, my map. My map! Cave of the Frost Dragon was considered, but it's not an angel. Urza's Saga for my own friend over there. I don't think white mana is going to be that big of a problem. We're in one game so far. Extra Tarmogoyf. Plays my map. Thanks. I love it. They took my map. All right. Draw. See, it's not that big of a deal. All right. I think it's Welding Jar here. I could be picking up a Pithy Nail for the Saga, but let's get a Welding Jar. This is to protect our bridge. Things go up here. We play our lands. Play our bridge down to protect us. Otherwise, we are dead. And now we pass turn. My opponent could, with their Urza Saga, go get a Pithy Needle to stop Welding Jar and then shoot the bridge. It's most unfortunate for us. Yeah, we need a lot more data. Like here, I probably want to get Expedition Map, crack Expedition Map, find myself a Mutavault, and see if I can get book down and then get the book on to where I need it to be. If I could do that, I'll be in good shape. So we got Jeskai colors here at end step. What are we doing with Jeskai colors? What are you doing? What are you doing, Connor, man? Deal 2 damage to any target, destroy target artifact. Well, we'll keep the bridge alive. That's the idea here. Now if I could find Lurrus off the top, I'd be great. I'm going to go ahead and F6 through this turn. I don't have any actions for my opponent. Really want a Lurrus here, because then I can repeatedly get Welding Jar. Ah, they had the Abrade right after, and so they do kill me. So they had 2 removals for the artifact. I think this gives me the exact reason to not play Porthole. So, let's see here. Okay. So Prismari Command and Abrade look like their options here. I kind of want the Rest in Peace, making the Lurrus package weaker, in which case I could just take Lurrus out for the Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace would keep Tarmogoyf at bay and Rage Channeler to give me time to find answers. Kind of interests me. Maybe I even keep Lurrus in and just ditch like all the baubles here and bring in like a Soul Guide Lantern, maybe map, and find one more cut. That could be pretty good. Cut the Dranith here. Have a Singleton Dranith. Actually, book seems like it's going to be hard to work with. Maybe I bring in the Dranith just to have a low-end blocker. I can always fetch book. If I want to get rid of this book, I can and get like Archon in, or maybe even some other Dranith here. Could even just bring the Bauble back in as a fetchable redraw if I have nothing else I want to go get. That might be the correct line here. Actually, I think I'm just going to go 3 Draniths. 3 Draniths here because they block quite a few things. We're not going to worry about the Bauble package here. I've got the Soul Guide Lanterns and the Rips to keep things at bay. I think the longer this game goes, the better off I'm going to be. I know that they can find things like Prismari Command and stuff like that, but we got Bridge, we got Welding Jar. I got Lurrus if I don't get the Rest in Peace to continuously revive the bridge. I think we've got something that we can do here. You love Gust? Whoa. Well, this is a hand. Um. It's kind of interesting because Sanctifier is just kind of like a really good card against them. I'm going to keep for data and see how powerful Sanctifier is to see whether or not I may want that main decked instead of sideboard. Let's do some research here. It does look interesting, doesn't it? it's a little different. I'm hoping that they play Ragavan or even Darcy or blue mana. Sweet. All right. Darcy's probably going to be flying soon, but we'll get Sanctifier down and do some blocking, hopefully. They might have 0 answers to Sanctifier. We'll see. Well, things aren't looking too bad. Follow-up Luris here means that if we don't want to go the Rip package, we can do something else. I don't know if I'm playing Luris so quickly, though. We'll see. Sanctifier's here, though. 2/2. Good blocks. Here for days. Probably Urza Saga next so that I can at least get a... I can get a... Soul Guide Lantern? Seems pretty good. Seems alright. Monkey. I want to block that. That's what I want to block all day. Block Monkey. That's the goal of this stream. Block Monkey. Alright. Oh, bridge. Okay. Oh. Man, I just kind of want to jam Luris. Like, I know he's not going to do anything, but I think it's the most valuable thing to do here, allowing this to go get Welding Jar for the bridge, and then we have just Sanctifier blocking the road here. Go ahead and bolt Luris, I dare you. Bolt the Luris, I dare you. Unholy Heat, what do you got? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. That's one less bolt for Karn, one less bolt to my face. It's a gain 3 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Gain 3, not even getting close to growing this guy. All right. We're ahead of them with Urza Saga here. Yeah, Luris died immediately. That's what we got. All right, Saga. Blue mana. Ices our Urza Saga here. Okay. Not much I can do about icing the Urza Saga. It looks like I'm going to be playing like Bridge down maybe. Maybe I'm just waiting a turn. Playing like a Nykthos or a Mutavault here. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm just going to play Bridge because I have infinite bridges now. No! What just happened? Well, I'm not going to play infinite bridges. What just happened? Magic Online, what are you doing? That was rude. I should have a bridge down. Alas, no bridge. MTG, no. No. Man, I almost want to get a Pithy Needle to get rid of these Urza Sagas, but it's probably not the right pick. All right. Well, all right. Let's float mana here. I'm not making a dude. Not making a duder. They make a duder, though. A little 1/1. This is smart because I could get the Pithy Needle. I don't... I think Welding Jar really is what I'm supposed to get here. My opponent has to put so much into this, I think. Careful. Bridge. Let's just play Magistrate. Just emptying the hand here. Welding Jar to protect the bridge here. If we find another Luris, we're good to go with that. Put that down, rebuy our Welding Jar. All the good things. Sanctifier holding down the fort here. Ragavan just got stonewalled. And if they get Dragon Rage up to a 3/3 here, it can't attack. Urza Saga, number 1, going to disappear here. Can't really Welding Jar in the fear of a Pithy Needle. It's just not something I can do. It's not worth it. Looks like we're going to just make more constructs here. 2/2. They're going to be 3/3 soon. This extra bridge is going to be probably very critical. Now, the question is, how many removal spells does my opponent have? We saw an Abrade and a Prismari command. I can imagine the Prismari command is probably about 3 of them. So we probably have 4 things that we have to beat. Shouldn't be too hard. Springleaf Drum. So they don't have a Pithy Needle, or... yeah, they probably don't have one. Makes green and red. A little Ren and 6 here. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Rebuy those Urza Sagas infinitely. If I get another Urza Saga, I could Pithy Needle Ren and 6. Probably going to need a Ley Line in order to not die in this game. So Ley Line will be part of the things we need. Oh. We'll slap down a Ley Line and pass the turn. Looks good. Ley Line with them getting, say, a bolt in the yard. They can kind of repeatedly bolt. Maybe. Just found out yesterday Ren and 6 is 120 bucks in paper. Oh. I should sell my playset. I should sell my playset. I don't even know what I bought them for. You'd have to look at price history back 19? My opponent makes another construct here with the Urza Saga. Let's see what they get this time. I have 4, yes. I played Karnza Prison at a GP. Can't bolt this, yeah, but they can't. They can. I'm talking about the Ren and 6 from wherever. There's Pithy Needle. Puts it on Karn the Great Creator. All right. Not afraid of the Welding Jar. Pithy Needle on Karn the Great Creator. This is fine. We don't have book main decked right now. I bought my first Ren 6 for 25, my second for 3rd, for 35, and 4th, never. Dang. It's crazy. That's crazy, everyone. This is why I play online. Don't have to worry about all this. Opponent picks up the Urza Saga again. Wonder how many Pithy Needles they actually own. We could test that today. All right. We have a decent amount of mana. Oh. All right. We're going to hold Luris. We're just going to hold Luris because Luris with the Welding Jar is like a rebuy on our Welding Jar. And I'm okay with just sitting with 1 card in hand for forever because my opponent will probably never attack me for that. So we'll go with it. So who wins this game, right? That's the big question. What happens this game? Expressive Iteration, 34 cards remaining. Wonder how many they got to go to find the answers. Nobody knows. So now I need like a Skyclave to get rid of this. Then I can go get Karn and go get like Knowledge Pool. And then Knowledge Pool puts this as a lock. Or I could go get Book, and Book plus this could be a lock. I don't know. We got lots of options here. See, and if they burn a Braid or a Prismari right here, I Welding Jar it, play Luris, rebuy Welding Jar, and that's like one of those unlock pieces out of their little hands here. Picks up the Urza Saga again. They didn't play one last time, though. We are in a very interesting spot. Oh, there's Karn. All right. I don't mind playing Karn out. It doesn't do anything but shuts down the Springleaf Drum. It just sits there for another time. We could deck them too. Yep, that is an option. That is a thing we can do. If I get a Skyclave now, I make a lot of mana, Skyclave away the Pithing Needle, start using Karn. It's always fun. If they happen to be sporting Lurrus or something that helps with Bobble, other than Dragon Rage, they could do something with Karn. Urza Saga doing its thing over there. All right. We're just playing the top cards, whatever they are. Ooh, what is this? Ices, Nykthos. Yeah, that's fine. I got 4 mana. The only thing this shuts down is if I top deck Solitude here. Land, go. Land, go. This is what we start to call speed magic. Looking for some of our pieces that unlock what we're doing here. Bolts, Dranith. We can always buy back Dranith here for a knowledge pool as well, which is cool. Which is pretty cool. Maybe my opponent wants to cast things out of the graveyard. Urza Saga going up again. Our win con after the lock, we can actually usually remove enough that I can then eventually attack with Knowledge Pool. So we have things like Wrath of God that we could Wrath. We have to be careful on how we, in what state we do that. The other thing, and this is why I have the Ink Moth in there, you can Ink Moth and kill them. All right, so we're going to get rid of the bridge problem here. Regens the bridge here. This is the Prismari command going off. This is where I'm going to now commit Lurrus to the board because I'll probably abrade one of these. And this will allow me to use Lurrus as a rebuy. I'd prefer to maybe use Lurrus to get Magistrate, but we'll see if that's an option. Because we have Renin 6, and the Renin 6 is looking at, oh, I'm going to rebuy the graveyard here. So maybe I do Lurrus Dranith is better. Then they'd have to have Bolt as well. Yeah, it might have to be Dranith unless I find a way to get rid of the Renin 6, which I don't. I could top deck Skyclave. If I top deck Skyclave, game's gonna open up quite a bit. That being said, my opponent's got 22 cards here. The other thing going on is maybe I don't have to. We kind of overlooked this, but the Prismari command is red, and Sanctifier makes the Renin 6 not as good. So actually, maybe I'm supposed to get Welding Jar here. We kind of overlooked that, but Sanctifier is actually shutting off Renin 6 being the worst possible thing. Yeah, their red spells get exiled. We kind of put it together when we were like, where'd it go? It disappeared. So maybe it is Lurrus Welding Jar here. Yeah, ice me indefinitely. Yeah. I guess I'll make white mana. Whee. Yeah, it's Lurrus and Welding Jar. Now they kind of have to focus at least a spell here. I got the Welding Jar back. Welding Jar protects bridge another time. I can hold Karn now until I can get rid of Pithing Needle and do something with this Karn. If they leave Lurrus alone for a turn, I get to play Magistrate back. We got Urza Saga doing its thing. Maybe they go get Soul Guide Lantern, extra Pithing Needle. Bobble doesn't make any sense because they've got 3 in the graveyard and 1 on the battlefield. Even so, like, Karn's protecting us from a lot of these artifacts anyway. We're in a weird spot. What a weird game. It's a good one to start with. I'm loving it. Floats mana with the Urza Saga here. Gets a Shadow Spear. Can't do anything about that. That's fine. They're clearly running out of cards to go fetch. We have an expressive iteration here. Again. 20 cards to go. Looking to probably deck my opponent at this point. Prismari Command would be good. 2 here. Shoot one of these. Welding Jar again. No, we started the game with basically just Sanctifier. Roadblocked a Ragavan and prevented all kinds of red cards going to the graveyard for Renin 6 Emblem to not be effective. Solid. Expressive iteration again. My opponent is digging. Dig, dig, dig. Dig, 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 dig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 mana and then 3 afterwards. Man, we have a lot. You can put 1, 2, 3, put Skyclave in, then 1, 2, and then you have 2, 4, 6, 8 pips. Woo! Man, making all the mana. 8 pips would be a down tick 6 and 2 for the Magistrate. You could actually with a Skyclave get your lock here. All right, they kill Luris. That was somewhat expected. That's our only other Luris. So both Lurises are gone. So Welding Jar technically has more than one use here. Because with the Welding Jar, you could exile it and get Karn to pick it back up if we can unlock Karn. But Shattering Spree. I believe they replicated this. Did they not? Bam. Okay. Shattering Spree gets exiled because of Sanctifier. All right, what a turn, what a turn. Top deck for us. 4 minutes on my opponent's clock. We get a Ghostly. Let's do it. I guess it doesn't matter. I can only boot up Mutavault once. We'll play a Ghostly in, so if they get rid of both of the bridges, then they gotta start spending some mana for the attack. That being said, they've got some pretty big constructs, so we'll see if they've got the 2 removals that they need. We've already seen 1 Prismari Command, a Shattering Spree. We haven't seen that Abrade, so we know that exists somewhere. Another Shattering Spree. All right. So second Shattering Spree, and we know they have an Abrade somewhere as well. This does get rid of the bridge, so I have exactly 1 turn to find Wrath of God, bridge, or maybe an extra Ghostly Prison is enough to save me. I'm probably going to boot up Mutavault to block something here. They can attack with 2 things, so I could block 1 with 1 Mutavault. Got plenty of mana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if I block with 1. Opponent down ticks here. Instant or sorcery cards. Plays Urza Saga here. 3 minutes 40. A 1-off Ballista. By the way, they can like totally kill Karn here. Maybe. Nykthos isn't supposed to be that big. They have to attack with this. It's kind of funny, isn't it? You have to attack and pay with this. And you can only attack with 1 construct. You could attack with everything else at Karn if you wanted to. I'm just chatting Darcy. Darcy is a required attack. The other thing is they should be sending these at here so they can at least unlock some of these. At least that's how I would do it. I'm going to go ahead and boot up Mutavault here. I don't need beyond 5 mana typically. I'm going to use the Mutavault to block the 7/7. No, I'm not. Just kidding. Good story. Okay. I'm going to take the hit of 7 here. Let's take a top deck. All right. Inky can block something. Good for Inky. All right. Ink Moth, another blocker. This goes... Oh, yeah. It's only at 2. Okay. Man, if I only lose to some Shattering Sprees here... Whew. I'm going to feel pretty good. I can even shrink Darcy if I wanted to and do some weird double block here, but I think I'm going to just one at a time. Darcy, this. All right. Opponent's got a lot more mana this time around. 2, 4, 6, 8 mana. Got to do some blocking here. So Mutavault booted up. I do have a Wrath of God buried somewhere. I mean, they're at 6. You almost wonder if it's... Oh, I didn't block here. I died to this. You almost wonder if it's worth it to... Oh, where was I going with that? I don't know. Oh, attack. Oh, I had a bridge coming too. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, 1 down here. I missed the block with the Sanctifier. We had a double click on Mutavault and a missed block with Sanctifier. We need to tighten things back up a little bit more. Sanctifier coming in for the Drannith Magistrate, though, might be a note that we do for the list so that we have that going forward. So far, impressed with Bridge. Wrath of God did something. Skyclave would have been really good, so an extra one of those wouldn't be bad. Book hasn't performed just yet. Solitude was able to stave off some stuff. The selection of options from Urza's Saga has been good too. Sanctifier has been excellent and probably deserves a main slot. We'll see if that continues to be the case. And there we go. There's our notes from match number 1. Could have drug that out 1 or 2 more turns. Just depends on if they had that Abrade. They probably did. They only had, what, 5 cards left? All right, Booster Therapies. Our opponent will keep this one. A little heavy on the lands. A little heavy on the lands. All right, Snow-Covered Plains, Expedition map. Let's get things kicked off here. And let's play another match, shall we? What? Oh, they didn't play their own Expedition map. That's a shame. All right, let's play Magistrate down here. I'm not going to worry about Expedition map. I don't need that just yet. This is going to be an interesting game. This one's going to be harder to lock my opponent out of. Karn's kind of a scary thing. They might play their own Karn the Great Creator. Don't have much that attacks lands. This could be a tough matchup. I didn't really build with the thought of Tron. So the thought of Tron... Might have to make a few adjustments if we see this a little more often than once every blue moon. Little green mana. Ancient Stirrings, probably. Tron. Tron does Tron things. Always expected. Yavimaya. Scrying. The sheets of scrying. Urza's Tower. Well, not doing a whole lot here. We'll play a Saga down. We're going to attack for 1 and pass turn. The green-white now? Oh, we're green-white, yeah. A lot of green Tron lately. I haven't seen too much green Tron. Plays that tower. Oblivion Stone. I'm not going to crack the map. We're going to use Urza Saga if I don't hit anything else here. The Skyclave. Okay. Skyclave could get rid of the Oblivion Stone. It's not a bad idea. Can make a token. I think we're going to go ahead and Skyclave away the Oblivion Stone here, only because if they do have the Tron mana, it's a kind of a world of hurt. Green Tron felt really good. That's fair, Grace. I would believe you. You have the edge in Green Tron. A lot of them are playing as Yavimaya now, too, making Blood Moon feel really good against Tron. It's not always going to be the case, but... Ancient Stirrings. I need the pressure. Well, my opponent gets the Tron mana, so they could have blasted everything anyway. So I feel kind of okay having taken the Oblivion Stone. If I would have made a dude, it's just going to die to Oblivion Stone. Worm Coil, okay. We can beat what is on the board thus far. Dismember, okay. Guess I take a Solitude here. Man, we're just drawing nothing. We're just drawing a whole lot of nothing. All right, I'm going to pick up a Mishra's Bauble to see what else I'm drawing and try to make an informed decision. We have another Magistrate we're drawing. I could, like, shuffle that away with the map if I wanted to, and then do a chump block here. Probably do. I don't want to draw a Magistrate. So what do we get? Like another Urza Saga here, and play the Urza Saga, and then we'll chump. See what happens. See what happens. Draw a card. Skyclave. Okay. Doesn't hit tokens. Doesn't really hit anything big that they play either. Ugh, mismatched towers. If this is Ulamog, I think I can concede. 10-10 walking, or 5-5 walking ballista is beatable here. Okay. Scary, but beatable. All right, so they're going to shoot down Magistrate here, get in for 9. I'm going to blow up the world, then they'll have 6. The 9, they're going to be able to shoot me twice with Walking Ballista. And I can play, like, Skyclave after. Can't take any of the tokens. Leyline is not what we want. All right, Wrath of God. Hit for 2, go to 9. They make 2 3/3s. 6 power, I go to 3 on this. I can play Skyclave to block one of them. Of the 3 damage, I would need another creature. I can make one off Urza's Saga. Yeah, Graeus had trouble with Mill, but then did well with Tron. Graeus is the Tron player. Graeus in here just playing Tron, like Tron does things. That's not good. That's not good. Karn the Great Creator, 6 damage here. I almost need another Wrath effect. I can go get a Pithy Needle for this Karn. Sideboard for Tron, we could have like Void Mirror, we could have Damping Sphere. I have a few things. What did they go get? Oh, Sundering Titan. Yeah. I think I can concede here. They kill plains and a forest. Oh no, they can kill one of my forest, right? That's clever. I mean, I could top deck Wrath of God #2 that I have. I could top deck... Bridge actually doesn't do it because of the 2/3/3s. Hey, Basic Plains does not do it either. Alright, sideboard we go. Pithy Needle feels correct. Soul Guide Lantern does not. Fracturing Gust could have some value in this game. Book is not very good. They can just kill Book. Well, hold on. Hold on. It's not a full lock, but if I were to book on a land, after booking on the land, I can Pithy Needle Karn Liberated. Then I need a Pithy Needle for Karn Great Creator, so they don't create my Pithy Needle into something. Then I'd have to prevent Ulamog from being cast, and I would have to prevent... I have to prevent a lot. Book is probably too much. What's up, nerd girl? How's it going? Yeah, it's a fluffy brew, Darthcombe. Welding Jar is weird, but probably necessary here. Look at this degenerate coming in. We haven't actually announced anything here, but we could. We could. I think I'm going to just have to Karn Liquid Metal Coating and hope that I get it off of like a late line here at this point. I'm going to bring a Welding Jar in here, and I think I'm good. You see the tag? Last God's Observant. Let's go ahead and submit this. We'll go ahead and say it since MTG Nerd Girl is here. At the bottom, if you're, I don't know where it is on mobile, but if you're on a desktop, below us, you have the name of the stream and all that. You'll also see a new tag there. Let's play first. The new tag says Degenerate Gaming. And Degenerate Gaming is a new stream team. I guess that's what we're called, right? We're stream teams that MTG Nerd Girl set up and put some feelers out there. We applied and got in. So we're part of a stream team. Avaros is in there as well. There's a lot of people. I'm going to have to learn them all. I think Boofy's in there. We have Phoenix, but I don't remember the other part of Phoenix's name. We'll be rating one of them later tonight. Whoever's live at that point. We got some people to support us. What do we think about this hand? This doesn't do anything. This isn't very good. This is okay. Can I get Karn down fast enough here? I don't think so. But yeah, I'm going to have to learn them. But thank you for the 50 bits. And also stopping by, Nerd Girl. When do you stream? You're like West Coast, aren't you? I don't like this hand. I think I have to ship it even though I have the Karn. Ugh, makes me sick that I have to ship it. Let's mulligan this, though. I think we can do better. Ooh. Okay. This is funny. Let's keep this and see if we can randomly top deck something amazing. And if we can, our boost of the Nykthos Leyline might get us there. You are West Coast. Okay. We're Central Time. I know Avaros is East Coast. I don't know where the other people are, but streaming Magic focused group. Streaming Magic content. You're going to see some Arena that we host into occasionally. You're going to see Modern, because we got myself and Avaros in the group. I don't know what else people play. They play, I think, Standard and Draft. I love Draft, by the way. It's good stuff. See some tanks? Is there tanks? Does somebody play tanks? There's a Solitude. I don't care about that. Magistrate, go. All right, we need Karn the Great Creator. If I can find a Karn the Great Creator here, then I could get that down. Go get Knowledge Pull, and Knowledge Pull lock my opponent out is an option. Boofy is War Thunder. Oh, Boofy's War Thunder? I'm going to have to learn this. This is going to be, oh gosh. Have you ever heard the phrase that you're supposed to say someone's name 3 times? Karn. Book. I got a book. That just gives me more mana later. I could put Solitude down. I could just flash in Solitude, actually. You know what? I'm going to flash Solitude then. We never get to do that. So you have to say someone's name 3 times when you meet them to like solidify the idea of their name and the association with them in your brain. For me, I have to do it like 30 times. No, my opponent's got Tron here. How'd they do that? Karn, get out of here. Maybe they'll down tick on me instead of up ticking here. Oh, yes. And we're gonna flash in. Oh, look at this. Cast. That's right. Solitude is here. Can I target my own Magistrate? Sweet. Gain life. That was anticlimactic. We're gonna get Karn though. That's the purpose here. It's a 3-2 flash lifelink we just played. Yeah, I need Community Knights to help that. There's a land. That's not great. Let's kill Karn. Got him. I guess I'll play Book. I have nothing else to do with this book. I'm afraid they're just going to blow the book up and I'm not going to get any value out of it. But hey, book and play. Go ahead, opponent. You got it. Oh, we did. Oh, we gained life. Oh my gosh, the synergies that I don't even realize are here. We're putting the pressure on now. I forgot that if you gain 3 or more life, you get an angel. Oh, I planned that, chat. I planned it. There's still so many people who I recognize that face. Just as planned. Sometimes the list just builds itself. Sphere. Ooh, that's a good sign to see a sphere here and not an extra Karn. Woo. Man, maybe I don't put this on like Mutavault. Maybe I just book them with Flying Angels. I'm about to hit for 6. Oh crap. My opponent's got lots of mana now. I know, Grayus. I am very good with faces. I can recognize people. I can usually find directions really well and am very spatially aware of things and like notice all kinds of tiny things that change in our house. But man, person comes over, they're like, oh, my wife introduced them, and like 5 minutes later, I'm just like, hi, how are you? Would you like a cracker? My opponent plays an Ugin, or has an Ugin here. That's, it's not good. If you're not familiar, Ugin is a sweet board wipe for colored impermanence. I'm going to get to hit him for 6. I need... I don't know what I need. That is not what I need. I guess I hit 4-6 here. This doesn't give like anything else, right? Put an enlightened counter, you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. But this isn't gonna live very long because of this Ugin. We're in trouble. We're doing some cool things. And our whole Nykthos double ley line, although it has ramped us into some sweet things going on, we needed something more against Tron. I think Ugin might kill us. Oh gosh, they're going to dismember something. Dismember's Solitude. Okay. Hit for 3. Pass turn. The best hope I could have is they get greedy here with Ugin, uptick Ugin, and shoot this. And what I end up doing is finding Book, Mutavault, put the Enlighten counter on the Mutavault, and then find Pithing Needle to stop Karn Karn Liberated. And then I probably need a Pithing Needle on top of that to stop Karn the Great Creator. And then I need something to protect the artifacts because I'm sure they have artifact removal. So it's a lot of things we need. It's not looking very good. -4 here, though, looks like the right play from them. Goodbye, board. I don't know if I can beat Ugin. Can I beat Ugin? Academy Lux, thanks for the follow. I guess Nerd Girl, you followed too. Thanks for the follow. I'm pretty bad about the follows. Those that are astute. What is Ghostly Prison going to do for me? Those that are astute, since they know about the team now, they'll notice that the layout has changed ever so slightly. You'll also notice the stream stats are no longer up there, and there is a block of voidness below me. We're going to need that. The block of voidness below me, it bugs you. Shoots me with Ugin. I cleaned up everything in my layout so that I could... It needs to be filled. I can show you what it'll be filled with. Here. It'll be filled with this kind of stuff. See? It's filled now. And then it'll rotate. Let's see what they're drawing. We can show it for a second. And then it'll rotate to the other ad, and then whatever ad, and add, and add, and add. And I'll probably bring it up every now and then. You know, KMC sleeves are pretty sweet. It's what I have. It's what my cube's in, by the way. And there's something else that it rotates into after a while. Oh, you're so late, Karn. If you were here for the ley lines, we could have logic knot. See? Little fatal core there too and all that. So that kind of thing will be filling that Grayus. I believe it fits nicely in there too. Doesn't, I just scale it a little bit, but so that's what's going to be in there. But they don't get that space until later. Till later. Till then, it's my void. Yeah, I think it will. It looked okay and clear, hopefully. All right, Karn the Great Creator. I mean, I can, what? I'm afraid to commit Luris here without like having Ugin taken care of. Ugin -10 is what we're worried about. If I down tick here, I can get liquid metal coating, but that's about it. What else am I drawing here? Let's take a peek at what we're drawing. I think I'm very far behind. Urza's Saga is a way to get the Pithy Needle for the Ugin, but that's going to be too late, isn't it? Not if I draw the Pithy Needle naturally. Let's play Luris here. play the other bauble, just draw a ton of cards here, trying to find the 2 of Pithy Needle in the list. They're going to dismember or whatever they want with Aluris. That's fine. Not a whole lot I can do to that. Ugin's just going to continue to tick up. We'll go ahead and use this right now, see what my opponent's drawing. Warping Whale. Okay. Counter a sorcery if they want to. So I'm going to draw some cards here, but we really need a Pithy Needle to stop Ugin from doing the ult. So I have 2 draws here plus my draw next turn. This didn't find it. We did find Mishra's Bauble. If I would have done the Luris a turn earlier, I'd have a second Bauble. Same result, so we'd be at the Saga at this point, I think. Up go to 9. I've got an extra turn to do this because it's -10. Land, Warping, Unknown card for my opponent. Extra Urza's Saga. That's a no-go. Mishra's Bauble. Let's see what we're drawing. Snow-covered plains. Draw some cards and put on 7 permanents onto the battlefield. Am I supposed to go get like Knowledge Pull here and then hope the Bauble picks up a 1 and a 2 drop? I play Bauble, hope they don't really screw me up here, and then hope to get their O-Stone. The other thing I could do here is actually go get Book off Karn. Urza's Saga can go get a map. Maybe we go for that line. Like, go get Book off the Karn here. Go get a map. Map to go get Mutavault. I don't have enough mana to Karn and Liquid Metal Coating the Ugin. They just go up here and shoot it for 3. And if I go, so quick example, if I go up to 6, shoots for 3, it's a 3, but they Warping Whale here at end step to make a 1/1, putting it to 2. I down tick with Karn, and then I lose the Karn to Liquid Metal Coating for my opponent getting this. I think I kind of want to go get Book. I don't think the Ugin attacking this and the Warping Whale makes just upticking probably a place where I just lose it. We'll go grab this book since it's been exiled before with their Ugin. This is like a super long shot because then I have to avoid Karn. They have played, what, 2 Dismembers? So Karn the Great Creator maybe is not as scary. Because Karn the Great Creator needs, it's the Pithy Needle that I'm worried about. So many scary lines. All right, we draw our planes. Opponent's turn. Going up with Ugin, I'm sure. Killing Karn. Doing the things. I have to like wait for Book to be played here too, because my opponent can just down tick and kill Book before I can go get map. Play a Blast Zone. Okay. It's fine. Warping's fine. This down tick is bad. Can I get a... Not even Pithy Needle works now because of the Blast Zone. I don't know what's good here. Oh my gosh. If I would have gotten the... if I would have gotten the Knowledge Pull, we'd be close to having fun. We wouldn't be perfectly having fun. All right. Magistrate here. We'll pass the turn. I'm really concerned though that I'm dead here. Big dead, methinks. Putting Blast Zone up to 2 would be really nice. Then the Pithy Needle's cool. I'm expecting Ugin to be used here though. Definitely pump out a creature here with the Urza's Saga. Down. Gain 7, do the 7 things. Gain 7, draw 7, play 7. Yeah, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. Oh boy, here we go. We ready? Help! Help! Not to mention how much mana they have. And when they play, I guess they don't cast them, right? Whew. Dodged a bullet there. Whiff 7 cards. Star, 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 sphere, 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 sphere. That's 8. That's cheating. Okay. They played a map. Oh, and there's an Ulamog here. Sorry, I did not see the Ulamog. Ulamog. Help! One, two, three. I think I have enough as long as they don't have Karn here. I gotta go get map though. Maybe I can draw Pithing Needle. Oh, that's 14. That's 16. That's 18. That's 20. That's a 10-10. No, Walking Ballista would screw up my Book of Deeds. And see the Ulamog. 21, 22. That's an 11-11. This was played. It's the worst. It's the worst. I guess I don't know why you wouldn't make it like maybe an 8-8 or something and then just cast like this. Also, this Ulamog means that if I even get the Mutavault hooked up here, they just Ulamog. Do I have an out? No. I don't think I have an out. I'm trying to think. Molaris. Yeah, Ghostly Prison really locking my opponent down here. All right, I'm still going to go ahead and do the expedition map here because I want to. And I want to do the Mutavault thing. And I sort of hope they don't kill it. Because I'm having fun. Oh, I can't even because this hasn't activated. Oh well, it was close. And then we'll concede. I can't even put it on there. I needed the activation cost too. Fluffy, you're playing with White Prison while I'm wasting time trying to build Cheerios. There you go. Cheerios it is. All right, we're 0-2, but we are learning very valuable lessons here. Playing White Book Prison in Modern. So far, Drannith Magistrate's been a little bit mediocre. It's in here for the Karn knowledge pool, but that might be pushing the list a little too far. Sanctifier was excellent. Do need to consider Tron. Maybe something else needs to be in here for sideboards. We're in the 0-2. My opponent's 0-4. We might get a win here. Opponent's struggling a little bit. There's a Lurvis. Kind of like my hand against a Lurvis. Let's keep. Is this the best thing for Drannith Magistrate? Just pitch to Solitude? It might be. Got a Ghostly Prison here against the potentially creature-based list here. Hoping that it's not Mill. There on the play? Let's go. Oh, I'm on the play. That's cool. We're really paying attention tonight. Snow-covered plains, go. Uncle DB is worried about their guess. Here's a Swifty. Wow. I'm gonna let Swifty hit me. That doesn't scare me. Swifty. There's a set of Swift Spears that are altered to Taylor Swift. I kind of like them. They're cool. All right, so we appear to have Burn. We actually might have a very good matchup against Burn here, having ley lines, not necessarily the main deck ley lines at this point. Ghostly Prison looks like it's going to slow some stuff down. There's a Searing Blaze. I'll probably just take the 2. If I can work my way up to Wrath of God, things get real funky. I'm going to take it and then just play an Urza Saga here with the Ghostly Prison. Just kidding. I'm going to play Basic Plains and Ghostly Prison. But that should slow down their creature here. I almost want something more impressive than a Swift Spear. The other thing is if they go, okay, I need to play one other creature, land, bolt, or something I can Wrath of God. I want to get the Solitude that I can actually cast the Solitude. If I can cast the Solitude, then it's some lifelink that may be nifty and get us some extra points. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There's that extra creature we're talking about. Wrath of God coming here. Opponent cannot attack us. Getting rid of some damage and not taking any at the same time. Looking good. That's not a bad card either. Actually. Hold. Do I just play this? Always be flexible with whatever the top is. You can think ahead to what you want to do. This at maximum gives me 2 damage here. I can Wrath of God, and 2 isn't bad considering I'm going to stop bolt or something like that. If anything, all my stuff's so expensive, if Eidolon is only bad against them. In for 2 here and pays. They actually hurt themselves here. In for 2. I mean, at this point, I might just hope for a land here and jump in front of the Eidolon. With the Solitude, gain some life back. Oh, that's not exactly it. I guess it's Wrath of God, smash down a Bauble, and let's go. 0-4 with Burn, and they play against White Person. Yep, this is a tough one for them. Yeah, we'll Wrath of God. We'll play Bauble to draw a card, and we'll just continue on our way. I've played against 3 straight decks that main deck Burn hard counters. Is Burn really that prevalent right now? It's not really for Burn. It's for Nykthos. It's for Nykthos. All right, let's slam down a Wrath of God. Just a good side effect against Burn Thoughtseize decks. I was more concerned about Thoughtseize decks. I even say it about stripping cards out of my hand during our deck tech early. Eidolon for my opponent. We'll draw a card. Burn's probably not the best place to be in right now. Probably not the best. They're gonna have a hard time if we find ley lines here. I'm drawing Ghostly and a Snow-Covered Plains. We're just winning. We're just winning. Okay. Sanctifier in for Magistrates. Archon is actually probably okay over a Magistrate. Chalice can be found off Karn. I don't need Pithy Needle. I'll bring Soul Guide in instead, perhaps. I mean, imagine if I get Book off on this opponent. It'll be just game over. Solitude's lifelink. Leyline's great. Skyclave gets rid of little creatures. Sanctifier blocks them for forever. If we get Leyline in hand and 1 to 2 lands, you probably keep that, right? I would say we keep that. We're going to risk it. It's a Leyline. I have a map. Map ramps me if I find 1 more land. Karn's not great here. Magistrate can block for a little bit if they play a creature. And we have Wrath of God to clean things up once I'm about probably sub 10 life. Goblin Guide's an excellent first one here. Pick up a Bauble. Let's go ahead and check us. Drawing a Mutavault. That's excellent. Expedition map and go. Pick up the Mutavault. Opponent's going to attack us with the Goblin Guide. Maybe we can find even another land here. You can do it. You can do it, computer. I actually have a reading on my stream deck now that tells me how much pain we're feeling. Pain is really low, so I don't know why this is lagging a little bit. Eidolon here. My opponent takes some damage off their Sunbaked Canyon. Attacks with Goblin Guide. We are going to reveal. Snow-Covered Plains. We're looking super good here. Looking super good. I can take 8. Yeah, I'm just going to plan to take 8. We'll go get an Urza's Saga with the Expedition map. We, going 8 down to 8 is kind of where I thought we would be, roughly. Draneth Magistrate, possibly Karn downtick into Knowledge Pool might actually give us the opportunity to do our lock for once. There's a Skyclave Apparition, which is a decent card. I could take that. Ooh, I like this. A little Boros Charm. I think I'm going to have to play the Skyclave. We don't have to use map. So let's go ahead and play Skyclave Apparition. We take a little bit of damage to do this. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of... I want to get rid of this Eidolon, I think. We have a lot of smaller creatures stuff that I want to use, and Goblin Guide's just feeding us mana. So there we go. Got that. They can definitely move Skyclave Apparition out of the way. Then we have, what, Wrath of God? Clear up the creature. Sunbaked Canyon here. Draw. Land drop. Surely we have a bolt over there to kill Skyclave. I would be totally willing to trade here if they attack. And they do not. Alright, they just concede. They concede. We're playing Nykthos, we're drawing Saga, we're playing Karn, down ticking with Karn, and I don't have life gain really in the sideboard. We could just pick up a Chalice, or we could pick up the Knowledge Pool at that point, probably go from there. Solitude's a great draw coming up. Sweet. All right, we take one down, but it's kind of a freebie here because we're playing Leyline against Burn. We have life gain in the Solitudes, and yeah, just something we are working towards. So we're 1 and 2. Uncle DB feeling a little bit better now and in the prediction category. We'll see if we can make it a 2-2. 2-2 would be impressive for the first time out here. We're going to make adjustments and we'll be heading into a league number 2 after this one for sure. For sure. 2 matches to go in this league though. Let's start there. Here we go. Match number 4, 1 and 2. Opponent's 0-1. We are going to get the draw, it looks like. Okay. That's fine. That's A-okay with us. What do we got, opponent? All right, I have a Leyline. Again, I'm struggling a little bit with finding that white mana. Kind of tempted to keep it, though. We found that Leyline's been reasonable. So we'll put Leyline into play and see what we're playing against. I'll play things like Mutavault and Faceless Haven first. Waiting on Urza's Saga here as long as we can. Green. Arbor Grazer. Okay. So we have Titan. Got some Titan going on. Let's go ahead. Is there anything I can name? This is a mana value here. Like engineered explosives, maybe? Slayer Stronghold? That's a good one. Is it Slayer's Stronghold or... There it is. Slayer's Stronghold. That's a good one. I like that one. I think maybe Ghostly Prison saves us a little bit here, but we'll see. It's a mana ability, so naming castle doesn't do anything. If you name it, they just get to make 6 mana anyway. Is there a deck list review? We took it off because I wasn't really personally enjoying how it was kind of interrupting the stream. So I could look at it between leagues or something like that, but it just wasn't something I wanted to keep doing. I didn't feel like I could provide that much insights, which maybe is incorrect, and I should be valuing my own opinion more. All right, little amulet here. This is looking a little bit scary. This ley line's doing nothing. Sanctuary. My opponent's got 3 mana. Explores. They can put the Sanctuary back down if they want to. They do. Untap. Bounce a land. Bounce Forest. 3 mana's made here. You especially value my opinion on not Red Prison. Azusa. Okay. All right, we found white mana. That's good. Let's go ahead and put a Magistrate. Do I want to put a Magistrate? Actually, Magistrate's not going to be game-breaking or not here. My opponent's got 1 card in hand. Let's just hold, see if I can Ghostly into Wrath of God when my opponent plays a Titan. There's an Urza's Saga for them. That usually just gets Amulet. We do have enough mana for big, scary things. No big, scary things were played, though. Okay. Play Ghostly Prison. I'm a little surprised they didn't attack for 1. I guess I had the Mutavault open. I don't think I would have remembered to boot it up, honestly. Opponent explores here, drawing a card. Oh, that's true. I guess Leyline's going to stop Valakut. Really, we need just Book. If I can get Book on Mutavault, they probably play a Ghost Quarter, right? 1 of or something like that. There's an Urza's Saga. Sorry, they already had that. Bouncy Land. Simic Growth Chamber, unknown card. My brain's sort of working here. Another Growth Chamber. We're making a lot of mana now. There have been way too many hands we haven't had the pips to play Book. Yes, Last God. We're going to have to look at the mana. You are very correct. There's Titan. Okay. Well. We have Simic Growth Chamber in hand. They'll get the Transmuting Land, Teleria West, and a Bounce Land. Maybe they want to get the Double Striking Land. Isn't that Slayer's? Or Slayer's the haste one? I think Slayer's is the haste one, haste and vigilance. All right, so Teleria West here. We have Growth Chamber. We're using Teleria West, doing the things. Okay. Using Teleria West here to get Summoner's Pact. Use Summoner's Pact to go get Dryad Arbor. Or the Dryad of the Elysium Grove. Plays a Simic Growth Chamber. Untap. Floats mana. Picked up Urza's Saga. Oops. Oops. I didn't mean to do that, but they did it. So we have a Summoner's Pact that my opponent's got stuck in their hand. It's another ley line. So I guess I have to Wrath here. Then they Summoner's Pact for a new Primeval Titan. I mean, I don't want them to attack me. I almost wish they would have gotten to use their transmuting land. But they'll probably be happy to see this and then have not played anything. So now they can go get another Primeval Titan. All right, board is clear. Urza's Saga up. Summoner Pact in hand. Uses Summoner Pact. Gets a Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan is played. 2 more lands. This is kind of frustrating because they're going to get probably another Teleria West. They'll get a bounce land as well. And then they can just do this again next turn. So I'm going to need like Karn, down tick, get bridge. Right? Probably. How many Teleria West do they play? 2? 4? There's the other Teleria West. So they can pick this up. Okay. They can actually transmute immediately this time. It can also make something with Urza's Saga. Okay, no transmuting. Comes straight back to me. Another Magistrate here. Urza's Saga goes up to 2. Faceless Haven. I guess I'll put 2 Magistrates down. I'm not planning to block with them. I could put also 1 and just get a token. Actually, let's do 1 and a token. 1 and a token. The Pithy Needle's here. I can go get Bobble to help draw. I could get... trying to think what else I could go get. Get a map. Though I don't think I want to get a map. Summoner's Pact is paid for here. Construct's going to become a 3/3. Another Amulet. That's a lot of untapping my opponent will be doing here. It's a lot of untapping. Comes in for 9. They do have to pay the Ghostly Prison things. That being said, it's not a big tax for my opponent. They just are going to get a bunch more lands here. Okay. Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? Sunhome is the other one. That's the double striking one. 14 months. What's up, Calcium? How's it going? Let's yield to these. So this is going to hit me for 12. Oh gosh. I could top deck what? Bridge here? That's probably what I need. Yield, yield, yield. $14 calcium. 14. That's year plus 2, and 2 is a good number. How is it going? Am I blocking this construct with 2 things here? Yeah, let's do it. Sure. And they'll kill the construct, keeping the magistrate. I can play another magistrate to help block Primeval Titan next turn and only take 6 instead of 12. I take 12 here, go to 8. I'm like almost dead. Blue from Teleria West. Main phase 2 is where we're at. What you got? What you got? Cast a new Summoner's Pact. Reveals Primeval Titan. It's a Simic Growth Chamber. Untap, untap. So I need like Wrath of God or Bridge here, I think. So you're going to play another Titan. Yeah, it's going to be Wrath of God or Bridge. Let's find out if they have another Teleria West they want to go get here. Teleria West, Vesuva, copying Simic Growth Chamber, float enough mana, bounce Teleria West, get another Summoner's Pact. Yeah, Force of Vigor will be our problematic card going forward. There's a couple Urza Sagas. Couple Urza Sagas here. Yeah, they'll be able to blow up all kinds of stuff. Bridge off the top. Has to be Bridge. No Bridge. I don't think. So, we could get Bobble, draw Solitude. If I have a Solitude, I can exile the creature they give double strike to. And maybe go one more turn. Because I can also play Magistrate, play our land, and have Mutavault open. And then we need to do this now, and we'll keep ourselves in the dark and see what we draw. Totally in the dark. Let's see what we draw. I can also boot up Mutavault to block some too, but I don't think it's enough with the Sun Home here. Draw. Bobble is not enough. So yeah, looks like they've got us here. As long as they do everything right. Which I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. Red, white. They could if they also bounce this right now somehow. They could give double strike to something. They gotta be careful. They gotta pay for Ghostly Prison. Maybe I get them. Maybe I get them by them playing one more thing before going to combat. Very slim chance. But we've made we've made bigger mistakes than that. They have it here. here and here, they can pay for Ghostly Prison. And now we know which one's double striking. What are they? Ooh. Plays Dryad. Okay. I think they made a mistake here. They can't attack now, right now. Simic Growth Chamber's untapped. Now they have enough mana to do both. They float mana. I might get one more turn. We'll see. Replay Sunhome. We have just enough to attack with both Titans. They can give double strike to another Titan if they have red-white again in their list, which I think they do. Vesuva plus something else here. Triggers. If we see a Vesuva, I'll concede. Or another red-white land. Because I can block and take 6. Yeah, there's the Vesuva. And the Valakut here as well. Now that they have Valakut triggers, I'm going to let these resolve and make sure they don't say yes, yes by accident. Oh, they're shooting my stuff. Yeah. That's right. You can shoot my stuff. For whatever reason, I'm like, they can't shoot my things. Of course they can. All right. Bring an Archon in and a Fracturing Gust along with Chalice. Take out 2 Dranis and 1 Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, bridges and ley lines are pretty good. But then my opponent's going to have the Force of Vigor, and they're just going to be able to kill the ley lines. Maybe I need a welding jar in here. Yeah, Archon's pretty good with the tapping their lands. Obviously, with an amulet out, kind of offsets, if I recall. But what's super nice about that is they can't like multi-spell. Sometimes Titans like to try to get transmute, play something, play Titan, play like 3 things a turn, and that'll hopefully slow them down a little bit. Unless my opponent has like a Ghost Quarter, the book is still a live thing, and that's why I'm leaving it here. Torp Orb would be nice, but I'm going to try to fetch it off Karn. I don't have a second one. Sometimes when I have 2 Torp Orbs, I'll put 1 main board and 1 sideboard for Karn. But in this case, since I'm kind of still figuring out this list, we'll just leave the Torp Orb where it's at for now. I'm starting to really want that Damping Sphere, though. Like 2 of Damping Sphere based on this league. Slow opponents down. Maybe even mainboard it over the Magistrate. We are having trouble with the Snow Plains and not being enough. Probably need to convert the Ink Moth into a Snow Plains and 1 Nykthos into Snow Plains as well. Keep the 4 Mutavaults and 1 Faceless. 23 lands feels like enough. We've actually had enough mana. We just haven't had the right white mana. And considering book is 3 white, I do need some help there. The other thing is to lean a little heavier on Nykthos and looked at playing more Sanctifiers that are double white pipped. That way we can accelerate ourselves into some good stuff. We'll see. Time's up. Let's go. Go to the match. to the match. Magic Online, did you lock up? We still here? We're still here. I wonder if this is doing this for anybody else. It's stuck. It's stuck. You've sent your version in Discord. Should I re-log into Magic Online? It's kind of scaring me. Let's do a lag check down here. That went straight through. I feel like I might need to re-log in. What do we think? Should I? I'm gonna go ahead and relog. I'm scared. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, I would like to play first. Please. I've lost 5 minutes. Am I not allowed to play first? We're not dropping any frames on stream, so it's not an internet connection thing. Come on, Magic Online, you got this. Yes, play first. There we go. All right. Expedition map. Got a ghostly prison. Got 2 Karns. A little awkward to have the Urza's Saga here on that map. Let's mulligan this and see if we can get a better hand. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and keep. And I kind of feel like I'm supposed to put Fracturing Gust back. But maybe you know what? I'm going to put Magistrate back. Magistrate hasn't done a whole lot for us. Let's do that. We can work our way up to Fracturing Gust while they only have maybe Dryad plus Amulets out. And then we can like blast them. Then we can do our Solitude things. Okay. Basic Forest and Arbor. Opponent's got 3 cards here after the Urza Saga comes into play here. This is going to be good against all the tokens that my opponent's going to try to make here too. They might just go all in on the Urza Saga and we'll blast everything. Maybe the first card I play is Fracturing Gust here. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, land. Looks like we're going to make some things. Attacks for the 0-3. I like it. I like it. Getting aggressive. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold bridge. We are 2 lands away from casting Fracturing Gust here. And with them making constructs, it only seems fitting that we just blow the world up. Okay, makes another construct. We're going to get, I presume, an amulet here. I would love to see a Dryad. Attacks for 3. Grazer can attack through bridge. Got a bonus bridge here. All right, we're going to just take 6 or so damage here and finish them. Best thing to see here would be land plus Dryad. If I could see land plus Dryad. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. More amulets to kill. Saga plus Dryad wouldn't be bad either. All right, they hit us for 8. We go to 9. This is an instant. Simic Growth Chamber. This makes a lot of mana. More Delight. Welcome. Party of 2. How's it going? Dryad was played too. Yes. How's it going, Mord? You brought the luck. They added the Dryad to the board. I don't want them to draw a pact here. I don't see any reason to wait on this. I think it's greedy. What is this beauty? It's everything. Boom. Get him. Sorcery Speed, Fracturing Gust. Clear the board. I guess they wouldn't have been able to counter there because then they can't pay for the pack. But if they get it on their turn, like if I do it on upkeep and then they do it, then we lose. So I feel good about this. We did lose our Urza Saga, kind of like a weird thing that had to happen, but you know, sometimes things have to happen. We can get rid of the Dryad there if we needed to. Bounces Cavern. They're going to probably continue to attack with Arbor. They do not. All right. Skyclave. I like Skyclave here a little bit more. Get rid of the Dryad here. Kind of hold on to our Solitude as long as we can. Woo! This is looking good. How was your stream, Mord? What were you up to tonight? Cavern of Souls replayed for my opponent. We may be down a game, but we're up in spirits here. Probably need to play Bridge soon. Archon. Brought back Recruiter in a 6 and 2. That's pretty good. I'm gonna play Archon here. I can always Solitude Exile. My opponent's got a Reacher and an 0-3. I'm not getting through with Skyclave. Ah, the 5-0 to Doom Switch. You'll get it next time. I believe in you. Ghostly Prison now. I'm just going to keep playing creatures here, because then I can keep attacking. Solitude can pitch Ghostly here. Let's go ahead and attack for 4 and pass the turn. 2 blocked. Can only play 1 thing a turn anyway. So we're trying to book people, but the book part's not really happening tonight. Yet. But it could. It could. 4 mana. Just hard cast Foundation Breaker, and I'm hiding all my enchantments and artifacts. Does this have reach? Evoke. Nope. The book. Ah. We're slamming the book. We're slamming the book. Passing the turn. We know what we want to do now. The book is here. What's the ink moth for? We're going to be cutting the ink moth at this point. It was for in case of crazy infinite life or something like that. Vesuva. That comes into play tapped. Yep. Even though it is a basic forest. I just kind of want to do this. I know Karn's the correct play, but I'm going to... This doesn't have flying. What am I doing? Let's book them. Let's book them. We wanted to do the book all day long. We got the book. You can't lose the game. Your opponents can't win the game. I hope they don't have a way to kill this. I hope they don't have a way to kill this. Leave my angel alone. I was trying to figure out if that worked. I was like, it's not an artifact. It's just a mutavault. I don't care what our rating is here. We can go 1-4 now. We did book wins. We did the book wins. I'm glad I didn't have to sideboard. I'm glad I didn't have to sideboard? What was that? I guess I'll keep this hand. Did anybody else see that? It was just like, boom, next game. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. Can we still can it Facebook even though it's not faceless? What, Facebook? It's mutavault. I got faceless Haven over here too. Sideboarding's a waste of time. All right, draw another bauble here. Let's play new bauble. Let's peek at what we're drawing. Ink Moth. Okay. So we'll play Expedition Map here, pass turn. I can play Welding Jar plus Bridge here. Well, it got hung up between the matches, so maybe that's why. Double take that wasn't pre-recorded and just a cut? Exactly. It just like, bam, straight in. And you're like, what? All right, Dryad? Yeah, you got Dryad. Misty. Got a lot of bridges here. I think I'm just going to play bridge. I'm going to cast a Welding Jar after the bridge, hoping that they can force me. They don't. We don't have another white again. I think I'm going to be able to keep the bridge alive. We'll probably use the Expedition Map to fix mana this coming turn. Play Urza's Saga, have bridge as backup in case they are able to kill bridge twice here. They have Evoke Creature, plus they have Forces in their list. We've seen both. I kind of want to kill Dryad now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if I kill now. Let's kill now. I know this doesn't get a Titan, but it stops the Titan this turn. And we're just looking to play a slow game here, opponents. We don't need to be going crazy. Selesnya Sanctuary, we untap this. But that's only 5 mana. That's the key. They don't get to 6 here. Cool. There's Nick those. Great. Let's pop map here. Let's go get a Plains. Let's play Urza's Saga instead, though. And pass the turn. All right, so now they have Titan, I assume, here. Fetches. Okay. Basic. 5 mana. There's 5. Ah, basic forest. All right, so my opponent does, in fact, have enough for Titan. Now, are they going to play Titan? I assume they will. Summoner packs to go get this Titan. Gets Titan. We can't have 6 because I've got the welding jar for the ensnaring bridge. This will be interesting because my opponent could go get a Summoner's Pact again to go get the Evoke creature. They go get 2 Valakuts. Oh gosh. Can I have a can I have a Leyline off the top, please? That's not Leyline. I will not play extra bridge yet. I don't want them to evoke and then get a force that kills both bridges when I try to save one of them. Summoner's Pact here, paid for. They can't attack currently. Summoner's Pact again. Dryad. Okay. This is not good. Vesuva on bouncy. Oh, nope. Goes Valakut. This is where I need the Leyline. I need Leyline. Take 9? How? I'll take a Solitude here as well. Solitude, Wrath of God, Leyline. 1, 2, 3. I'm at 2? Oh gosh. I'm almost dead. I'm almost dead. Something to interact with this. Luris. Luris, huh? We do have Baubles down here. I can play Luris down. Pithing probably doesn't do enough, so Soul Guide Lantern's the most interesting here. How many draws can I get? If I use Soul Guide Lantern, I can draw. I can then play Luris down and get a draw, but if I do that draw, Solitude's not an out. We could draw a Leyline. That's the kind of the hope. So I need to draw off this. So draw here, hope that I find Leyline. I guess that's what I have to do. I guess I could find a Solitude here too. Leyline or Solitude. It's a Mutavault. So now I play Luris here. Snow-covered Plains. That was not the Snow-covered Plains. Redo Bauble here. Let's see what we're drawing. Ghostly Prison. So if my opponent has a land here, they win. Yeah. Well, if they have a land, they win. A lot of Valakuts here. Pretty high chance they have 1 land. They haven't bounced anything, though. Nope. They got it. Bummer. Bummer. Bridge didn't do it. Thought the bridge in the welding jar would have been enough. No dice. No dice. We got rid of one of the dryads. Just didn't get rid of the other one. I guess Skyclave Apparition wasn't out as well. So we had 4 ley lines, 2 Wraths, 3 Solitudes, 2 Skyclaves. That were my outs. Dang. Dang. All right, let's go for that 2-3. I'd be surprised if we get it, but we'll go for it. We're gonna go for it. Here we go, final match. Then we'll decide if we're gonna be playing White Prison again or if we're gonna drift on over to something else. Well, this is a lot of nothing. Let's keep ley line. We beat Burn. 2-3, we'll try. I'm gonna lean on Mishra's Bauble here, or maybe the map to get us some mana here. That is the hope. Oh, we're bobbling. We're bobbling a lot. A lot of bobbles. Take a peek at us. Snow-covered plains looks great. Draw more cards. Faceless Haven. Play map. Go. All right. We could get Assassin's Trophy. They are green and black. Double draw here for us. Plains and Leyline. Blooming Marsh. Dark Confidant. Natural draw. There's a Solitude. I kind of wanted to take care of this. Let's go ahead and take care of it, getting rid of a ley line here. Bob's kind of frightening. I'm not going to play Magistrate here. I'm going to use Expedition Map here to draw an extra land. Plains. Swamp. Do we have a Liliana? No, we have a Tarmogoyf. All right. Get more plains here. That way we can play Skyclave. Definitely going to jam a Skyclave here. Get rid of that Tarmogoyf. What do we think? Do they have Assassin's Trophy in their list? If they do, book doesn't work. New Tarmogoyf. Oh. Abzan. Abzan. This is a long way away. Let's play Magistrate past turn. Faceless Haven and book is actually excessively expensive to get going. KO Diamonds, is that you? I don't know. Maybe it is. 4 mana. Oh, Prismatic. Prismatic for 3. Gets rid of Skyclave, makes a 2-2. Got a 3-4 Goyf to beat. Probably gonna just take a hit. You got me, opponent. Down to 17. I gotta play book. 3 to activate, and then 1. I need 2, 3 more. It's got a little ways to go. Maybe I can get a Mutavault off the top. I can always play Urza Saga. No, I already used my map. Never mind. Let's block the 2-2. We're so close. I'm so close. You can use Haven's mana for itself, I think. Can I? Oh, I can. Ah, I already went to end step, and this is sorcery speed. This is sorcery speed. At the same time, I'd almost rather them be a little more tapped out than have 4 mana open for like a fatal push or something. So I'm not like maybe too upset with that. Wow, they only attack with a 3-4. All right. Book them. All right. Let's go for it. Let's try it. If they have the spot removal for the Faceless Haven, they got the spot removal. Book them. Book them. Got the F6, F6, F6. I have no more actions. End step, end step, end, done. Oh. It's tucked away nicely here. Look at all that blue text. Shambling Vent. Mwah! That's a funny card. I'm going to get so Assassin's Trophied. Let's block Shambling Vent. You know what would be great here is a Mutavault. If I can do a Mutavault here too, things would get very interesting. I can also make a blocker too. Let's see what we're drawing. I'm telling you, Mutavault would make this game very interesting, because then I would have a second enlightened counter on a creature. And if I had a second enlightened countered on a creature, Sheets has apparently seen my videos. We're drawing Mutavault next turn. Oh my gosh. So we're going to play Book. We're going to use Urza Saga to create a blocker. I'm going to take 2, it looks like. We're going to book them again. Book them twice. I don't want to lose the game, everyone. And we just have to find a win condition. You know, small things to do here. We got this. We got this. Lingering Souls. Oh, replay that wing. Replay it. Replay it. Replay it. Okay. Attacks. Gonna make a blocker. Block, block. Okay. As long as I don't have some random whatever. Okay. Okay. Resolves. Solitude. I'll just float mana here. I'm gonna go get Pithing Needle? Soul Guide? Can't FB with Dranithan though? What? Booting up Mutavault here to create a new book. Oh, flashback. Yes, that's true. They can't flashback their Lingering Souls. Still worth getting rid of. Mutavault tucks away too. Now we have 2 counters. You're right, you're right. Draenith's OP. We're really good at this game. So I just take this. I can't lose the game. Unless they have 2 Assassin's Trophies, I just sit here and go to negative life totals. All right. Let's draw a card here. We're ascending here to new levels. To new levels we go. Time for that Ink Moth. Ink Moth, Karn to start locking things up. It's fun times. We're gonna flash into Solitude here. I like the attack, no attack there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flash it in. Let's get rid of that Tarmogoyf. Give him some hope. One, 2, 3, 4. Karn, the greatest of creators. I have some spirits in the air that I have to worry about. I think I still reveal an artifact and I go get the knowledge pool. I could get more books if I wanted to. We're gonna reveal the knowledge pool. I don't care if Karn dies. The pool is here. Everything is coming together against Abzan. Lingering Souls, that's fine. Could flash in a Solitude if something looks scary here. Attack 2 at Karn or so. Just gonna lose Karn here, that's fine. Karn got the knowledge pool. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hand. You know what's really cool? Is I could cast Solitude now and get a freebie here. What do we want? What do we want? What did you get? Stirring. There's a Maelstrom Pulse over here. I've got a Luris. Let's go ahead and cast Exiling Leyline, Knowledge Pool Trigger. Let's get a Luris. Cast the Luris. Yes, please. I want to cast Luris. Why can't I cast Luris? I can cast this. This is not a restriction against me. Why does it want me to tap this? There we go. Cast. There we go. It's not letting me cast it. Let's play Bobble now. Oh, that's nifty. From their hand. Nifty. I don't think I've had that interaction before. All right, we'll draw a new card here. It wasn't highlighting it. We've done it, though. This is a hard lock against my opponent. Like, massive hard lock. Infinite destruction. I can't lose the game. I literally can draw my entire list and then just ping them for one every turn if I wanted to. I know, Faceless is trying to do something. Here we go, Vindicates. Goes for Draneth. Knowledge Pool, sucks it in. Look, I got to Vindicate now. This is fun. My opponent's being a good sport too, and they are a fan of the channel. Shoutouts to that Sheets dude letting us do the things here. This league might have been tough, but this is looking good for at least game number 1 against our 5th match opponent. Welcome to the hard lock. I'm gonna cast this Maelstrom Pulse to get rid of these. Then I gotta get rid of this, so I'll get the Vindicate out of here too. Pop that and start swinging for lethal. Swinging for lethal. What a board. I think we might want a little screenshot here. Let's grab here, just for the Twitters, for later. I thought that was a May ability. Haven't seen that in a while. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's go to sideboard. Okay. Pithy Needle seems okay. I like this Welding Jar. Don't mind the Rest in Peace. Hurts Luris and Bobble interaction a little bit. That's okay. Like these 4. Let's take 2 of these out for these 2. Let's bring 1 Rest in Peace in. Well, this was an interesting circumstance that we've run into. Abzan is a creature deck, and Ghostly Prisons plus Bridges are pretty good. This opening hand looks okay. I have a feeling I was stopping things like Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions there. So I don't know how effective this hand's going to be, but we're going to run it. Can't always be looking for Leyline. I'm super stoked that we got all of that. It's good happenings. What happened to the deck reviews? They were semi-interrupting the stream a little too much. I'm gonna get this welding jar out of hand before they steal it. And so I took them off just to keep the streams a little more smooth. It was stressing me out a little bit, so I got rid of them. We need to have like Saturday morning. I don't even have coffee, so we'll just do like Saturday morning scrambled eggs, breakfast and fluff, where we just like talk about lists or something. Oh, they have a dam. Dang. Let's see if they keep that or not. Oh, we found book. We found book. We also have Laris, which is pretty good. All right, so they pick up the dam here. They like that card enough. Not that they knew it was there. They're looking for a land. Interesting. Okay. We hit a Urza's Saga here. Do I expose Laris here? I actually think I'm going to go ahead and expose this. I know they have that dam over there, but I have a Rest in Peace, and we're going to go ahead and get Bobble here, and I'm going to hold Bobble to see if they want to fetch or not. So they do fetch here, so they're going to interact with Laris, and then I'm going to check to see if they're drawing that land. Saturday morning Pop-Tarts. All right, they decide Fatal Push is the way. Holding on to that dam. I will double check to see. Hold on. I got to do this in upkeep. When you're playing against the Thoughtseize deck, do it in upkeep. We assume they're Thoughtseize. They're Abzan colors. Played against an ally mill. The person finished 10th. Nice. A Fatal Push is being drawn, so my opponent misses their land drop again. Leyline of Sanctity is what I want to play. Tarmogoyf's not too scary. Could even play Ghostly to make this just awful to attack with. Bobble draws us a... Oh. Oh. So... because Karn's going to be playing tutor roles here, I'm going to go ahead and play a Leyline and pass. I know this lets me get hit once or so. I can get a Soul Guy Lantern to kind of calm down Tarmogoyf a little bit with the instant, and, well, I put a land in the graveyard too. It won't calm it down that much. Opponent attacks for 4. Looks like they're missing a land drop again. We hit a land drop. 1, 2. Make the token. 1, 2. 1, 2, make the token, but I don't make this token. Yeah, it was a lot of Karns. Wasn't ideal. Let's float mana. I don't think I want to just yet. Maybe I bobble here. This Soul Guide, I can actually snag the land out of my graveyard, and then I can take care of the land in theirs. Kind of a weird little nuance. Let's go ahead and play a Ghost Prison down and Snow-Covered Plains past turn. Gonna shrink Goyf a touch here, hoping my opponent doesn't find a fetch land. Got a lot of Karns to get through. Oh, it's a fetch land, but they use it immediately. Vindicate and Maelstrom Pulse are things that they can use to get rid of the Leyline. Liliana's okay. We can go get a Pithy Needle for the Liliana if we want to. They're going to just uptick. Each player discards a card. I probably don't want to discard Karn just yet. An artifact is okay to discard here. Doesn't make quite massive. I know it's the book, but that's going to be okay with us. Opponent attacks with a 5/6 Goyf. Oh no, they can't because of Ghostly. I'm still going to go ahead and get rid of their graveyard here and plan to play Karn. So it shrinks Goyf. Okay. Oh, I got bridge. Great. Great. All right, we can still get Pithy Needle here. I'm going to name Liliana the Veil. Boop. All right. Probably want to play Karn here. Let's go ahead and play Karn, and I'm actually going to pick up the other Pithy Needle. My opponent's got enough things that can kill my Pithy Needle, so we'll just down tick here. We're going to see if my opponent knows the trick with Ghostly Prisons and Creatures. Sometimes people do, sometimes people don't. The trick is that Ghostly Prison only protects a player, does not protect Planeswalkers. So this is a free attack to the Karn the Great Creator if they want it. Liquid Metal can be gotten off of the next Karn. We got a few Karns here. Prismatics, the Needle. I cannot Welding Jar this. Each player discards a card. We're going to discard Karn the Great Creator here. Prismatic's an interesting one that kills my bridge, which will be rough. Goodbye, Karn, greatest of creators. Opponent gets rid of a dam. I believe they have Fatal Push still. Maybe not. Attacks me, pays the toll. All right, so the toll has been paid. I get another Leyline of Sanctity, not really what I want here. Let's go ahead and get a Liquid Metal Coating here. I could also pick up the Pithy Needle over here that they exiled. Let's do... Let's do Liquid Metal, but let's then play down a bridge here that I'm hoping will live. Now they can't attack Karn because of the bridge. I have Welding Jar to protect bridge, and if my opponent's able to clear the bridge out with another Prismatic Ending, then I'll Pithy Needle and Liquid Metal Coating next turn and see where it gets us. Don't need the Ley Line, I don't think. Game's getting interesting. Opponent stumbling on mana, but holding their own here. Let's go ahead and get rid of Ley Line. Little Liliana the Last Hope finds its way to the graveyard. Goyf does not attack currently. Vindicate would change that. Vindicate's Karn the greatest of creators. Okay. Looks like I'm pithing Liquid Metal, maybe. So Pithy Needle, Liliana. Play Liquid Metal Coating, and let's pass the turn not pitching the land here. I'm gonna pitch the land to Liliana, and hopefully we'll just top deck another land. And if this is assuming they can unlock this somehow. I know that the Liliana can't go up right now, but I still want to hold this just in case it becomes unlocked here. Prismatic Endings this, upticks here, then we're in trouble. They Prismatic downtick, well, then who knows. Ooh, goes after my Leyline. Okay. A little nerve-wracking. All right, looks like I'm going to get to Karn and Liquid Metal Coating here. And I get to bobble. That's nice. So they didn't have a way to get rid of Pithy Needle. I'm going to go ahead and check, even though they could have a Thoughtseize. It's a Force of Vigor. That's kind of brutal. Let's get rid of some lands. At least I can keep the bridge alive. This will be interesting. Triome equals white? Well, Triome's gone. We're drawing a random card and they have a Force of Vigor. Ghostly actually stops Tarmogoyf from killing us. Sort of. Depending on what they want to do with that Force of Vigor. I'm trying to lock them out. Liliana's the scary thing here. If they get the Pithy Needle unlocked, a little split will be not good. First thing I'm going to do is Liquimetal Coating here. Maybe I hold Liquimetal for the Liliana. It's tough to say. Is there another thing I want from the sideboard? Maybe I just go get another bridge. Forces, Pithy Needle, Liquimetal Coating. This is on my upkeep. So let's go ahead and at least target the Overgrown Tomb. There is a Pithy Needle that is in exile from the Prismatic Ending earlier. I just need to live for 2 more mana to get Knowledge Pool. The best way to do this is probably that Pithy Needle. Pithy Needle that they exiled for me. Come here, Pithy Needle. Okay. And let's play a Magistrate and pass the turn. Kind of exposes this a little bit. We could have saved the Liquimetal Coating with the Welding Jar. I don't think that's what I need to do because I can keep this bridge alive. They do kill Draneth pretty quickly there. Welding Jar is kind of an insurance policy for this bridge over here. Inkmoth is a win condition. What else could I use from the sideboard now? Let's just go up. Up, we're going to play the Ghostly, and we do have a win condition now. It's Inkmoth. It's a very narrow win condition. I'd probably throw Inkmoth first at Liliana just in case they're somehow able to get rid of that last Pithy Needle. Just in case. A little Abrupt Decay Assassin's Trophy kind of making me nervous. Okay. Let's boot up Inkmoth. Let's connect to Lily. I could if I had a Liquimetal Coating, or sorry, what's it called? The Soul Guide Lantern in my sideboard, but I don't. I do not. I could go get Chalice and put it like on 2. But I think 3 is where it's going to be at here. Let me go down and get a Bobble here. I do have one of those in the side here. I could also get the extra bridge, but I'm going to take a Bobble. I'm not too worried about what my opponent has right now. Soul Guide's only opponent, but when it ETBs Grayus, I could get rid of the I could get rid of the liquid metal coating. Ooh, an abrupt decay. I see. Okay. Okay. The abrupt decay is here. So I'm glad I picked Liliana once here. Pithy Needle needs to be guarded with the welding jar. At this point, I probably have to down tick with the Karn to get an extra bridge. Unless we find the liquid metal coating. Okay. We draw 2 cards. We find. Oh. We find good cards. So, do we want to play a fun game, ladies and gentlemen? I think it's worth it to play a fun game here. The fun game is that I can play off of Karn Knowledge Pool. My opponent abrupt decays to bury something in there and take something out. I could then Solitude in response to get something different or use the abrupt decay. So, in the spirit of fun, let's begin. Knowledge Pool. Your move, opponent. Knowledge Pool resolves. The game's about to get interesting. There are 3 lands, 4 lands, an expedition map, and there is a Solitude in here. All right. There's a Solitude, but Solitude hits what? Creatures? So there's not much for that abrupt decay to hit at this point. Now, their abrupt decay is an instant speed. You can do stuff with it. Should be interesting. All right, so what I'm hoping for is a white card or something I can cast out of hand, kind of force the issue here. We don't. We get an Urza Saga, but I can play that. Just going to uptick. I'd love to uptick the Knowledge Pool and go in. Can't, though, because of the bridge. Let's go ahead and boot up Inkmoth. Smack Liliana for 1, pass turn. Map is in exile. Yeah. Map is there. You mean go fetch it with Karn? Could do that too. Yeah, we can snatch it. Just kind of want this to happen first. All right, my opponent might be trying to layer up a few spells here. Who knows? We kind of took 3 of their lands from them, so we kind of messed them up. Ooh. Okay. Now what do we do? All right. Solitude. Can we begin to win this game? Let's cast. You know what? Let's do this on their turn. Let's go up here one more time, pass turn. On their turn, we're going to Solitude and have some fun. I think we can win this game because there's a Solitude sitting over here. All right, we have a land. What does that mean for you, opponent? All right. We'll start by casting a Solitude into the Knowledge Pool. Do we have a lantern? No. We're gonna get our other Solitude out. I don't know why we have to do that, but new Solitude, ETB, kill Tarmogoyf. Big gain for my opponent. big gain. Okay. So I put a new Solitude in there. We draw a Skyclave. Let's get, what can we get here? Let's get a Soul Guide Lantern here. Puts it into play. Exile something random. Bloop. Whoops. Boot up Ink Moth, swing at Liliana for 4, and then start going at their face. Lantern for Liquid Metal. Could have done that. I don't think I need to do that. We're playing on the edge with the knowledge pool, and it makes it interesting. I don't want to exile coding. We're trying to make something interesting here. Coding is just like, okay, I kill your lands, I win the game. This gets interesting. See? Look at this. Knowledge pools. All right. So they're going to get Solitude here. See, this is interesting to me. Okay. Really, we just want Magistrate. That's technically all we really want. It is absolutely interesting. See? Ah, they goofed it up. They goofed it up. See? We still get in. There's now an Abrupt Decay in there. There's nothing stopping them from casting the Solitude there. Up we go. Pass the turn. Maybe I start attacking with Bridge. So I'm holding on to Solitude because it's in my instant speed spell here, and that lets me interact with my knowledge pool while my opponent tries to interact with my knowledge pool. It's fun like that. I'm going to draw with this Soul Guide Lantern, by the way. Trying to get Draneth in. If we can get Draneth in, we win the game. Yeah, the free part's really cool with Knowledge Pool. You can pay 6, put it in, and we can do what we just did here, where we've got a Knowledge Pool in without the lock pieces. And if there's something really juicy in there, we don't have to immediately play. My opponent just needs to play first, and then I can interact with them at instant speed, which is super nice. So we'll draw a card here. We have 5 minutes on the clock. I guess I should be aware of that too. New Bridge. New Bridge. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and boot up our bridge here and attack for 6. Gotta close the game out here. We'll see if they interact with the bridge. Gotta love that Modern Knowledge Pool gameplay. I love this card. I love this card. It's hilarious. All right, they cast another Abrupt Decay. We're gonna allow this one to resolve to blow up my bridge, which then turns on Knowledge Pool to attack, which is kind of what I want. Yeah, I want them to interact with this bridge and get rid of it. I could exile it myself too. Oh gosh. They're able to cast things. They're just not figuring it out. You have to flicker the land and then whatever. I was hoping they would like flash this in, kill this, trade with the Solitude. Whoa, sideways bridge. Like that's what I'm hoping they do, but they're not doing that, so. We can attack with it next turn. We'll have 6 cards in hand. We're hitting in for 9. 2-turn clock coming up here. Thank you all for tuning in. We're playing the White Prison Book Prison here in Modern. Getting things done here in League 1. We'll see what we're going to do for maybe just some extra bonus games or something like that. Book Prison doing it. It might have taken a few games, and we've learned a few things along the way, but as we've learned a few things, we'll get there. Yeah, Magic Online's goofed up knowledge pool. I honestly didn't know that until this league, and it's just kind of a little bit goofy. Like you can get it to work, you just gotta like you gotta convince Magic Online that it's okay. All they get is the hit option of no. They should be able to. They've kind of gotten kind of stuck with not being able to because MTGO's interface is saying no over here. And it was doing the same for us, and we had to kind of mess with the cards to figure out why it was doing that. I have to do it too. It's not normally like that for the interface because we've played with Knowledge Pool a little bit. All right, we got a bonus card here now. We're attacking for 9. In we go. All right, so they do endurance. No. Endurance didn't do anything there. It should work. They cast Endurance, then they get the option, then they can pull something out of here. It's just not the most intuitive card on Magic Online, and we're not playing it because of that. We're playing it because we're trying to lock people out of the game. I have it covered anyway with the Solitudes and the Skyclave, whatever they do play. Is there an artifact to combo? I don't know. The Sheets dude, thanks for playing. Let's let him know. Void Mirror? Void Mirror is a weird one. So let's go take a look at what we just played. Void Mirror would work, but then it would stop you as well. Remember, Void Mirror is symmetrical. You're trying to find things that are non-symmetrical. So this is what we played. This is version 1. Version 1 of the list here. It's very interesting. I like the list. There's definitely some things that I would change. So Nykthos did do some things. I don't know if I need all 4 sagas. I almost feel like I want to cut 1 saga, maybe 1 Nykthos, and just add 2 planes or something that produces white mana. The reason being that we had a little bit of trouble getting Book down, and although I like the idea of Leyline plus Nykthos to ramp yourself out by a devotion, it didn't always work. So that's probably change number 1. Change number 2, probably wouldn't hesitate to have something for Tron. I'm thinking Damping Sphere is my best option. So, an idea. 3, let's see here. Luris has been kind of interesting. Yeah, you could play the land that prevents or bounces legendary creatures. That could be pretty good. I could see that as your land. What is it's not Canonist. It's There is a artifact creature that says something about if you played a non-artifact spell this turn, you can only play one. She has a sword in the picture. Anyway, man, I'm drawing a total blank. So 2 to 3 snow cover plains, white pip cards. That way you don't have trouble with the books. I don't know if Luris and Bauble is good here. Thank you. It is Canonist. If they're sworn. Thank you. This is kind of interesting because it says each player who has cast a non-artifact spell this turn can't cast an additional non-artifact spell. When you talk about what can work with Knowledge Pool, which was asked, this card could, because it's an artifact you can go get. And what's interesting is it does lock you out a little bit. So if you play like Skyclave into Knowledge Pool, you can't play another non-artifact spell. So it could kind of work. Teferi locks. Teferi is one of the ways we've locked in the past as well. The castle, I think, is a good one to bring in. I like the idea of the castle here, this one, preventing some damage to legendary creatures. If you keep the Luris package, one thing is that it's not snow mana, so Faceless Haven gets a little harder, but if we're adding maybe a snow-covered plains as well, that will be easier. I don't know if Flagstone, but maybe a Field of Ruin wouldn't be bad against Tron. I don't know how far you want to go in on that plan. Draneth was great when we were able to get the Knowledge Pool, but not so great just in the middle of the game. I'd probably move one Draneth out and bring probably Sanctifier in. Even though Sanctifier is not going to be always there, it's definitely a pretty decent card against some of the red-black. There's also one more card that I wanted to bring up, and I have attempted to make this card work, but it hasn't worked yet in testing, but I think it belongs in this list, and it's Sanctum Prelate. So Sanctum Prelate enters the battlefield, choose a number. Non-creature spells with mana value to the chosen can't be cast. To me, if you're dealing with Abrupt Decays, Prismatic, or not Prismatic Endings, let's see here, Abrupt Decays, Assassin's Trophies, Vindicates, Prismari Commands, just things like that, Prelate seems like a better main board option to do something. It seems like it would be a good way to mess with things. You're not seeing this card played a lot. It's absolutely gorgeous art, and I think that's just one reason to go ahead and try it. It is a 2/2. It's pretty small. If you had to, you might have to name one to protect it. You thought that was a gamble card? Vindicate? The Prelate? This is valid. Should be. Before I go any further. I'm positive I tested with this. Yeah, came in Modern Horizons too. So you have this as well. Could be interesting. You could do a version with 4 chalices and Prelate. You can chalice on one, or even Giver of Runes to protect this, and then you can name 1s or 2s or 3s, and that can be a way to protect your puzzle pieces here as well. A lot of ways to approach this list. This is what I've got so far. Plenty of directions. White Book Prison. We even got to do the book, plus on the Mutavault. And the reason we're playing the sagas is to get Pithy Needle to name Field or Ghost Quarter, just so we can keep our Mutavault alive. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. Solitude was good. Wrath of God has been moved to the main deck and is positive. I liked it. I liked it. It's got a little bit of work to go, but it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.